Well, I'm Patti Larson, and this is actually my 29th year as office manager working for Dr. Wright. And I've been fortunate enough to be in the Hartley Mansion with him since he bought it in 1984. So it's sort of like my home away from home. And I just absolutely love working here, and Dr. Wright's been gracious in sharing it with myself and the staff to have personal things here also. We have personal gatherings, and so we really have been able to use the mansion and really, really enjoy it. I think one of the fun things for me, my office is back in the corner here, but I can overhear the patients in the waiting room. And over the years, you know, they have just absolutely gone nuts over this mansion. They love coming here instead of to, you know, a regular clinic. I mean, we have the oriental carpets, of course, and the wingback chairs and the view and everything. So it's really, 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 really nice for them. So, and you know, I've lived in Everett all my life. I was born here. And I have to admit that had I not been working here, I probably wouldn't have known much about Governor Hartley, the history of the Hartley family. So it's been really fun to work with Dr. Wright on the project of you know, putting some of that together and learning more about the history of my own hometown and how what the Hartleys did for it and what happened here. So, yeah.
Well, have you been having fun on the Historic Everett Home Tour?
I think the tour has been great. I didn't get around to the other places today because I was mostly hosting here, but I was able to get over to the restoration exhibitors over at Trinity Lutheran College. And I think that might be the first time that they've done that over there, but they had all kinds of craftsmen and vendors over there that work with these historical places to restore them. So I was able to pick up a lot of good resource material that I'm sure we'll be able to use here if we need to restore parts of the building and hardware and fixtures and so on.
Great. Well, what do you find most interesting about the Hartley Mansion?
Oh, well, my favorite part of the Hartley Mansion is the stairwell. I absolutely love the stairwell and the wood on it. I would have to say that probably my second most favorite part are the two bathtubs. However, I've never been in them, but they look like absolutely wonderful bathtubs. And I also enjoy knowing that that my office is was the bedroom of the Hartley daughter. So. And you know, a lot of us talk about feeling some good spirits around here, and I truly, truly, truly think that we get good vibes here, and I think it is the spirit of the family that comes through. So I think my favorite thing about the Hartley Mansion is it's just grand. I mean, it's a grand building, and it's wonderful. So.
It is. And well, why do you think that historic preservation is important for a community like Everett?
Well, I think you know, I think it is important. I think it's important because it's just historical, and we need to keep our history alive here. And if we tear down these buildings or put up new buildings, then we never have that ability to know them well. And like this building. I mean, this building, I was in this building in an earthquake not too long ago, a few years back, and this building wasn't moving, you know, hardly at all. And I'm not a builder, so I don't know, but I don't think they build buildings like this anymore. So so it feels really good to be in this building. It's just solid, it's warmth, and it's a wonderful building, and I think it's great to restore and save historic buildings if it is possible.
Anything you'd like to say about yourself and your personal involvement in the local community?
Well, I've been involved, like I said, I've lived in Everett all my life, so I'm a true Everettite. I went to school here. My kids have gone to school here. My grandkids are going to school here. I'm very fortunate my folks came here in 1937, so my roots go back a long ways. And I've always been a downtown Everett person. I like to work in the downtown Everett area and support the downtown Everett businesses. And I'm very active in my church, Immaculate Conception, and I just love Everett. Obviously I do, or I wouldn't still be here. The thought of moving away from here has never entered my mind. So like I said, I am a true Everettite, and I love it. I love the rain, and I love the sunshine. So, and the mountains on one side and the water on the other. There's no more beautiful place in the world you can go than the Pacific Northwest. So why would I go anyplace? And I feel very fortunate, I must say, to have worked for Dr. Wright for these 29 years. He's been great to work for. I've been allowed to, have some flexibility in raising my family, and he's a great boss, and we have a great staff here, and we're very, very fortunate to have him as a surgeon in our area. So I feel very lucky and very blessed in that regard.
What about, do you have any personal experiences or just interesting facts about the Hartley family that you'd like to share?
No, I don't really have, I do have one interesting personal one. She must be a great-great-granddaughter, maybe. Noel Brown actually was a classmate of mine, and we graduated from high school together, but I didn't realize that she was connected to this family until I saw her at the first Hartley reunion. So that was interesting and fun. And other than that, really just having met them through Dr. Wright here and through his association with them, and certainly enjoyed being part of the reunions and the things that have gone on here and getting to know the family a little bit.
And well, you already spoke to this, but do you have anything you'd like to add about Sanford himself in your experience?
Well, besides my talking about what a wonderful surgeon he is, and how and what a gifted surgeon he is, and how fortunate we here in the Everett community are to have him here, I also, would talk about his generosity and his graciousness in sharing this building. He loves to share it with others. We have piano recitals going on here. One of my other positions, besides being office manager, is, I have the opportunity to schedule events in the ballroom. So I've gotten to meet a lot of people that hold events here. There's been hospital events here, of course, musical events, different arts events. And I think it's just very gracious of him and generous of him to open this building up to the community as much as he does, and allow people to come and enjoy it who might never get the opportunity to do that had he not done that. So he's not only a wonderful boss, but he's been wonderful to the people of Everett and in sharing this building. So.
Great. Well, feel free to add anything that you'd like to say. I got everything I wanted.
You got everything you wanted? Well, like I said, I just feel blessed to have had this position for so many years, and to work here in the Hartley Mansion. It truly does feel like my home away from home.